The woman who just blew up my marriage wasn't a stranger. She was my best friend, and the man I caught her with was my husband. I 34F have been with my husband, 37M, for 16 years, and we have 4 children together. I always believed in monogamy. One partner to love forever and grow old with, no games. Over the years, guys would flirt or message me, but I never entertained it. I was happy. My husband was my best friend, and I never wanted to risk what we had. There were 2 times I found out he'd been unfaithful. One was a long, messy thing that dragged on for about 3 years with a married woman from his gym. The other was a weekend fling with an ex from his university days when he went back to Calgary to visit family. I know people will call me naive. I get it. But after we separated briefly both times, I chose to forgive him. I didn't want my kids raised between 2 houses like I was, and I truly thought we could rebuild. We were only 22 and 25 when the gym situation started, so I told myself it was immaturity. For a while, things were actually good. I never fully trusted him again, but I buried the doubt because I committed to a clean slate. It's been 6 years since the second time, and I honestly believed we'd turned a corner. He seemed like a different person. We were close again and had plans. Savings for a cabin, college funds, all of it. Then, 4 months ago, everything blew up again. And this one cut deeper. My closest friend, Sarah, and I've been friends since we were 19. My husband knew Sarah from barbecues and school pickup, but they weren't close, so I never stressed about it. Sarah and I both worked at the hospital. We were in different departments, but our lunch breaks were at the same time, and he'd come up during our conversations. My husband would bring me tea on night shifts and grab her one too. When he did, he seemed to put more effort into how he looked, but I shrugged it off. He convinced me we should pool money for her baby shower gift and take her out for dinner to celebrate. Little things that felt off, but I trusted them. She never badmouthed her marriage. I'd even tease my husband about how chatty he got with her, and he'd laugh and say it'd be nice if we had another couple to do camping trips with, though he never actually organized anything with her and her husband. Turns out it was just her husband that he had never organized anything with. I randomly got a DM from Sarah's husband, full of screenshots that made it obvious my husband and Sarah were having a full-blown affair. Before I said anything to my husband, I pulled phone bills, looked at his mileage logs, checked our joint account. I needed the whole picture. When I confronted them, neither denied it. They'd been booking Airbnbs when he said he was working overtime, and when she told her husband she had girls' nights. He'd slip out during his shifts to meet her in the parking garage at least 3 times a week for 2 months. She'd drive to meet him on her days off. They had a trip to Banff booked for the following weekend. I cut Sarah out that day. As for my husband, though, I'm lost. He ended it with Sarah and kept saying he spiraled. He said he felt invisible at home with me working nights and the kids needing so much, and that she listened to him. So he made a choice, then felt too ashamed to stop. We're still living in the same house in Victoria. Neither of us can afford 2 places. My family is all back in Ontario, rent here is brutal, and we have 4 kids from elementary to high school. He's desperate to keep me. He even said I could date other men, as long as I come home, that he wouldn't consider it cheating after what he did. I told him that isn't a marriage to me. But he's fixated on not breaking the home and keeps saying the kids shouldn't suffer for our problems. I think he assumes I'll never actually leave because I forgave him twice before. Maybe I taught him that. I do care about him, but now it feels like a habit and shared history. Not love, my self-esteem is in the gutter. He says he loves me and is terrified of losing our life, but I can't square that with him sneaking around with one of my friends. I don't trust him. His promises are empty. If I stay, how long this time until it happens again? People mess up, sure, but this is a pattern. And who knows if these are the only ones? I'm mentally exhausted. My life's a disaster right now, and I'm trying to figure out the next steps. Edit, I'm not staying with him. I should have made that clearer. By next steps, I mean the legal stuff. Lawyers, custody schedules, figuring out how we physically separate. I've got enough documentation that he can't twist this, but as a woman with 4 kids, I'm still scared about how it plays out. I appreciate the blunt honesty, and I know I've made mistakes, but I can't undo them. I can only move forward now.